Hey guys, Jake from Evolving Daily, and today we're going to be going over a way to carry something heavy one-handed that doesn't wear you out and you're not constantly leaned over. In some situations this is going to be geared toward rescue, like of another person. Alright guys, so this came up in conversation between me and Jerry Nuss after a day of class at Tactical Response. Great instructor, great school, go take some of their classes. But we were talking about the high-risk civilian contractor classes. And he was talking with another student about carrying a litter and dragging a person 500, 600, 700 yards and how taxing it was, maybe even longer than that, I don't know, but how taxing it is. And it is. Like, I haven't carried a soft litter, but with I'm on a very rural fire department and work EMS. So it's not uncommon, especially around hunting season or four-wheeler wreck, stuff like that, where you'll end up grabbing hold of a backboard one-handed with 4 to 6 people, and you're carrying this guy over rough terrain, up hills, down hills, or even just the distance. It sucks. It sucks a lot. You got big heavy weight in one hand, 50 to 100 pounds depending on the person and what all stuff you've got on them and things like that. But so this is a way to get around that, and it's a real good hack for people who are shorter or taller than the rest of the crew who's doing the drag or carry. Because if you're taller, then you've got to kind of hunker down and walk along, and that sucks balls. And shorter guys have to kind of hold it up. It's easy to dead arm something, and it's just grip strength pretty much, unless you're leaning away from it. But shorter guys have to kind of pick it up. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so getting into it, what it is the length of webbing. I use this is like a multi-purpose piece of webbing for me. So it's longer than what I would use for just this, but it's about your wingspan. Somewhere around there is what length your webbing is, with 2 hand loops on either side. You don't have to have the hand loops, but it makes it easy, repeatable, and more comfortable. So it's just an overhand knot. All it is an overhand knot and a piece of webbing with a hand loop. And you can make your loop bigger or smaller. I keep one size big for feeding back through, and the other side just big enough to get a hand in. What we're going to be using is just a Wise Foods bucket. It's obviously not that heavy, but it illustrates the point. So what you're going to do is, around your handhold, the thing you're going to be grabbing with your hand and holding up, you're going to put it in the middle, run this through, and just cinch it down. Let's see if I can figure out a way to do this. So I take my big loop, put it through the handle, small loop through it, and pull it all the way until it's tight. So there, that's how it's secured to your handhold. Then you're just going to take this up across your shoulders, behind your head, or behind your neck, across your shoulders, and the other loop's going to be in your other hand. So grab a hold of it, and now I may have to adjust the camera. Hold on one second. Alright guys, so now instead of constantly holding up on this, constantly doing this, and you're going to end up, once you get a little bit tired, you're going to have shitty posture, and you're going to try to cheat it. You're going to be leaning away, taxing extra muscles. So what you do with this is you can alternate. You're holding on to it, start getting a little taxed. You put this through your hand with it in your palm, coming in front of your arm, and you push down. And I've used this probably a half a dozen times in like real life stuff, like carrying guys out of the woods on a backboard. It's amazing. If you've ever carried something like that, you know how tired you get and how quickly it happens. But you push down. Now if I'm the shorter guy in the group, I can put an extra loop in here, and now the load goes higher when I push down. And right here my arm's locked out. That's how you want it to be. You don't want to be like this, doing a tricep press the whole time, because that's going to suck balls as well. And then if this locked out arm starts getting a little tired, you can let it go the other arm. Or you can go like 50-50. A little bit here, a little bit there. But guys, it's a game changer as far as carrying something heavy, even just like a 5-gallon water bucket. If you got to carry that thing a couple hundred yards, that's going to suck, and it's going to kind of cut your hand. Another good thing is, with your wrap here, if you keep it wide when you tighten it, it gives you a little more comfortable handhold if it's something narrow, like a 5-gallon bucket. And if you're someone who's shorter, you make this strap a little longer, or if you're someone who's taller like me, you make this strap a little longer, work it up high into the palm of your hand, and now the load goes low. See, now I'm not even grabbing it with this hand. But if I was working with a bunch of dudes who are 5'10", then that saves my ass. And I obviously haven't practiced this in real world types of scenarios. This is just theory from here on out. But for the dudes, you know, all the gun guys, and especially for the high-risk civilian contractor classes, you can have your gun slung. Do this the same way, up, round, over. And now, especially if you're on the left side of the patient, so you're having to use your right hand to hold up the load, if something happens, you can grab your rifle, pow. Yeah, the load drops substantially, like 4 or 5 inches probably, but you still have it. And they didn't drop all the way to the ground, so there's not a secondary injury from just dropping your load to get on your rifle. So you can literally still have it here and bring it up and do the things you need to do. Obviously it's not optimal, but if you've ever carried something like this for a certain distance, it sucks balls. So, that's basically it. Loop on one side, loop on the other, about your wingspan length. If you're shorter or taller, adjust it so life's easier. And how I said this is more of a universal strap that I use for a bunch of different things like hasty harnesses and just a drag strap. What I've done, let me get it worked out there. What I've done is taken and figured out where this works at, you know, what length, and I've marked it at the bottom of my knot. So on both sides of the webbing, inside and out, all the way around, that's where I know I need to put my knot if I have to use this. This would be much easier. I know that was kind of a quick, nasty video, but hopefully it works for somebody. Somebody might find it useful. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think below if you have any questions or anything. Jake from Evolving Daily. Remember, you need to be prepared to thrive while others survive. Thanks.